Hey guys, so as you probably saw, this video is my 1000 subscribers special. And I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for supporting the channel recently. A month ago, I only had 100 subscribers, so this sudden growth has been crazy, and I really appreciate your guys' support. I also wanted to say thank you to everybody who helped me pick the topic of this video by voting on the poll in my Discord. But with that out of the way, let's get into the madness that is 1 HP Hardcore Terraria. Also, thank you to Crabbar for opening my eyes to the wonderful world of 1 HP Hardcore. So going into this challenge, I had a feeling that it was going to be hard. For this reason, I had a plan to play super cautious and really take my time. Spoiler alert, even this couldn't save me. My early game was pretty simple. Collect wood and stone for a bow and some arrows. Then collect some slime for torches, and finally explore the surface for useful materials. The main thing that I was looking for was an easy cave entrance, but iron chests were also nice to find. Exploring this cave, I was quickly cornered by some slimes, and it was at this point that I noticed that by setting my health to 1, it broke my UI so that I couldn't see my oxygen levels, as well as a few other things. And this is when I started to panic, because I wasn't sure when I would start drowning, and if I did, it would insta-kill me. So I tried to return to the surface to refill my oxygen levels. And well, yeah, that happened. On to attempt number 2. My second run started out pretty much exactly the same as the first, building up my gear and exploring the surface. Unfortunately, however, I wasn't able to find a good cave near my spawn, so I decided to start digging down instead. And this started out pretty strong. I was able to find some pots, ore, and... well, maybe attempt 3 will go better. Hey!
Bruh.
I'm in danger!
Hi, how are you?
With those unfortunate first 6 runs out of the way, my luck was beginning to change. My 7th run started out like any other, with me getting some early game gear. I then found a nice surface cave that provided me with quite a few iron chests. Unfortunately, however, the cave dead-ended before I got very far, so I decided to return to the surface. And this is where I got my first big upgrade. Because of the way my world had generated, I was able to get to the snow biome very easily, which allowed me to get myself some frostburn arrows. These arrows were great because they provided me with a much needed damage boost. Armed with my new arrows, I decided to return to the cave and began digging down. Pretty quickly, I was able to get my hands on some ore, which allowed me to upgrade my bow and pickaxe, giving me another damage upgrade and making mining easier. At this point, my main focus was on finding gems for a grapple hook, as well as obtaining a double jump and Hermes boots from chests. I figured that if I could get these 3 items, I would have a decent chance at defeating the Eye of Cthulhu. After mining a bit more, I stumbled upon a glowing mushroom biome, which can sometimes be home to quite a few chests, so I started heading towards it. While fighting my way through it, I ended up getting into a pretty close call here, but I survived, and that's all that matters. After clearing out the enemies, I was able to get the loot from a chest in the biome. Unfortunately, however, it didn't give me anything useful, so I continued on. And not long after this, I heard the sound of a worm, so I quickly recalled to the surface. Worms are way too unpredictable for me to deal with, so I didn't feel like risking it. And now that I was back on the surface, I was feeling a little bit better off with my upgraded bow, so I decided to explore the snow biome to the left. Getting to the other side, I found a corruption biome, which immediately spawned some Eater of Souls. Not exactly what I wanted to deal with. After a very close fight, I decided to head underground again, as it was becoming night and I didn't want to deal with that. After exploring the ice cave for a bit, I came across this large open room. Now it had quite a few enemies in it, so I decided to block them off and dig down to a safer cave. But this is where things took a turn for the worst. An ice bat spawned in my closed off area that I didn't notice until it was too late. It's the final attempt, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-da-da-da. So I bet you would have never guessed this, but I started off this run by crafting a bow and some arrows. I also got lucky and found the snow biome, so I made some frostburn arrows. I then decided to explore the surface. After traveling through an oasis, I found a cave entrance, so I headed underground. Not far into the cave, I stumbled upon a good amount of gems, getting me very close to a gem hook. But after traveling a bit further, I heard a worm, so I recalled out of there. Seeing that it was nighttime, I built a small safety hut around my spawn, and then I began digging back underground. Pretty soon after starting, I spotted a gold chest in the darkness nearby, so I quickly went to loot it and found some much needed Hermes boots. Not much later, I heard another pesky worm, so I recalled back to the surface again. Worms are the worst. On the plus side, however, I was able to craft myself an upgraded bow for some extra damage. Heading back into the cave, I ended up finding enough gems to craft myself a hook as well. Things were really starting to look up. With my newly acquired grapple hook, I continued to explore the caves, finding a couple of gold chests right next to each other. And although neither contained a double jump, I did find some gravitation potions. So after a bit more caving, I decided to return to the surface to search for some sky islands. I was really hoping for a Star Fury to help my DPS, but a lucky horseshoe would also be quite helpful for the fall damage immunity. Now I did know that this was going to be dangerous, because harpies that spawn can shoot projectiles that can be really hard to dodge, but I was hopeful that I could get out unscathed. The first island I found contained a horseshoe, a good find, but not a Star Fury, so I continued looking. The second island I found had the red balloon, not exactly what I was looking for, so I continued searching. This is when I got into a battle with this harpy here. I decided to try and outrun it on land, but this didn't work, so I started attacking it, and things were going really well. Until I landed on a rogue feather. And thus, 1 HP hardcore came to an end. In total, I died to 1 trap, 1 black slime, 1 purple slime, 1 ice bat, 1 vulture, 1 gnome, 1 harpy, and 4 blue slimes. I had a lot of fun making this video, and honestly, I might try this challenge again in the future, so look out for that. Before I go, I wanted to say thank you again for 1,000 subs. It's a pretty crazy milestone that I honestly didn't think I would hit. But anyways guys, that's all I have for today. If you enjoyed the video and aren't currently subscribed, consider doing so to help us reach our next milestone. But with that out of the way, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.